Well, that was what Christ was put on trial for, that he was promoting terrorism. And Pilate declared him innocent because, and here's the interesting thing, that I remember discussing with Christopher very clearly. I said, Pilate was threatened by any threat to Rome. And was Jesus a king who was trying to overthrow him politically? And Jesus' answer was, well, I am a king, but not in the sense you mean. To this end, I was born, to this end I came into the world, that I might bear witness to the truth. And Pilate said, what is truth? And went out and said Jesus is innocent, because he was bright enough to see what most of us can see, that the one thing you cannot do by force and violence is impose truth, especially if it's truth about salvation, peace with God, forgiveness, a new life, and all this kind of thing.
Yes.
And therefore, the thing that answers it is, and I'm very strong on this, that my fellow countrymen who took up arms, whether on Protestant or Catholic side, to defend Christ and his message are not Christian, because they're disobeying what Christ said, not following him.
Yes.
And I think that makes a lot of confusion, and has done in the past. And another thing I often say, well, the existence of false coinage doesn't prove that the real stuff doesn't exist, but may make it hard to find. But as you will have noticed, I see encouraging signs on the horizon, because many young people, particularly in Gen Alpha, are beginning to come back and be interested in God and exploring these questions. Not so much against the background of what science says or doesn't say, but against the much more cultural background of meaning and purpose in life. And that heartens me. I find that immensely encouraging.
The focus has shifted. And I think, that there was I think, was it the Bible Society that just released a study about young people going back to church
Bible Society,
at a quite incredible increase of people? And it wasn't, I think the thing that surprised me was not just that people were beginning to believe in God again or something, but to attend church.
Yes.
Which is quite a thing in itself. I mean, I agree with people like Justin Brierley when they say that, I don't know if the statistics bear this out, but I can kind of feel something in the air, like the conversation's shifting a little bit.
Yes.
And I was sort of like, okay, I can feel that too. But if church attendance is going up, I think that's quite an important indicator. These discussions, I agree. The important question is, with Christianity, Jesus. And for me, it's quite straightforward, as I feel like it might be for you too, in that if somebody says, well, what about this thing that these Christians did? If the question is whether Christianity is true, then the question is wholly, would Jesus have condoned or commanded such a thing? And if the answer is no, then it's not an objection at all.